you're saying that there's no powerful force in the industry which will stop you, or from working on...
Why should anybody stop
Like
anybody?
this movie Mafia, as the term has been...
No, see, this is all a concoction of, certain imaginative minds. The mafia in the industry and so on. I mean, naturally, I'll give preference to the people I like and the people who I work well with. If they also happen to be famous, or if they happen to be the children of famous people, how the hell is it their fault? There is no mafia. I have not ever felt any obstacle to my work. I've made very slow progress over the last 45 years in my profession, but I've never felt that there's some obstacle that is preventing me from getting to where I deserve. I think I got more than what I deserved. I've got more success than I anticipated. I've had a much better life than I thought I would have. I've had many more opportunities than I thought I would have. I never thought I'd end up singing and dancing in commercial movies in a film like Tridev.
Yeah.
Where did Tridev come to me from? It fell to me out of the sky. I'd never even seen Rajiv Rai. I hadn't seen any of his movies. He probably saw me in something and decided that I would be right for his movie, and the rest is history. So if there was a mafia preventing me, then they would have seen to it that some kid of some female star got the part instead of me. But I think that ultimately you get what you deserve.
So just because, before moving on, just because you mentioned Tridev, how was your experience of this, the big commercial films like Tridev, Jalwa, you were this, swashbuckling hero, and Karma, you were in this multi-starrer, all these commercial super hits?
Well, I tried very hard to enjoy them.
To fit in?
I tried very hard to fit in. And the jury is still out on whether I fitted in or not. I personally don't think I fitted in like a slot. In Tridev, I managed. Also because the part was one which contained a few surprises for the audience. And I managed to deliver. I don't think I danced terribly well, though I practiced very hard with Sarojji. I drove her up the wall. But I did try my best, and I think I managed to summon up enough enthusiasm. Jackie and I became good friends during the shooting of Tridev. Sunny is a very reticent person who didn't have much to say, nor did I have much to say to him, but I've always liked him, and I've been a great fan of Dharampaji. But we didn't really have too much to talk about. But I found him to be a very accommodating and a very generous actor as well. And in fact, I was always asked this question while we were shooting Tridev, and it was a rather insulting question for both Jagu and Sunny, that, what do you think? You're working with two non-actors, all this kind of stuff. And I would dismiss this question and say, look, you guys don't know what you're talking about. These people have had the kind of success I've never had. These people are able to do the kind of things I can never do. And it's unjust of you to put this label on them. I really think that they deserve better. And if they were not capable of carrying a film on their own shoulders, how would they have the kind of successes that they have had? It was a harmonious time. Karma was not so harmonious.
Why was it not harmonious? You were working with Dilip Saab.
I never got to work with him. Our scenes were shot separately.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and I have no idea till today why. So I hardly ever got to meet him. And there was very little that I got to do with him, and it was very disappointing because one of my big dreams was to act with the great man. And as it happened, both our big scenes were shot separately, which was not fun. It saddened me that this should be the case, and I still don't know why.
So according to you, since this is inspirations and we are talking about what inspired you, Dilip Saab, was he an inspiration? Because whenever we talk about the greatest Indian actors of all time, I think everybody has him on the top of their list, always.
Absolutely, without a doubt. There is just no question about it. Mr. Bachchan is a very close second. And in certain things, I have to admit, he's outdone Dilip Sahab.
Yes.
Yeah. And Dilip Sahab certainly was. I mean, his were the only Hindi movies my father allowed us to see when we were children. We saw the Hollywood movies, and we saw the Dilip Kumar movies. So I've seen Azad, I've seen Insaniyat, I've seen Udan Khatola, I've seen not Devdas. He didn't allow us to see Devdas, but the others, the frolicking ones, and I loved them all. And I could see that there was no other actor like him, right up to Ganga Jamuna.
Yeah.
I've studied his performances very, very minutely, and there really was no other actor like him. There was no one else who understood, the minutiae of film acting the way he did. So I'd certainly say that he was one of my heroes, and it was a very big dream of mine to exchange energies with him. It was not to be.